I would say even-ish, 6.6 and 5.2. It's really just about execution, but I feel like BGT has easier execution.
Yeah, keep in mind the pushability from that draft was favoring VP. Let's see though. The Sky Dome is here.
Yeah, right now the ties. The score are tied here, 1-1. BGT going up against a VP. Now I feel like both teams have shown respect to each other. So now the real fight begins.
It's round 3 indeed.
Welcome to
3
Mobile
flickers.
Legends.
XC, I didn't see an RX here. So even with like the dragon and whatnot, they won't want to keep their distance with the flickers. They don't care about that crowd control.
Right, early on though, yeah, the Khalid plus Juicin combo will be able to win it out despite the Eve being on the hands of BGT. Pluto! Uh-oh, because of blast on Wactor, forcing the revitalize out. Zue walks up with project onto Pluto, and it's an instant flicker from Pluto, almost. Wactor taken down. This is pretty lethal for Zauer.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like it's okay because they didn't die, and then Virtus.pro really trying to make sure that they take some camps away from Kazue. They did it in game number 2, and now they're trying it in game number 3, and it looks like they will be successful, but using Kazue, he kind of doesn't mind it that much.
No way! Oh, that was close. Kazue, good reaction on the red tree.
I think it's because XC spotted him out.
Yeah, good awareness there. A little too close for comfort indeed. Now, let's take a look at the talent again, right? The approach here for the carry and the Claude, at least, both fighter emblems.
Yeah.
One thrill again. That is the difference.
And something to say as well, you were worried a bit about the magic damage. Looking at the build here coming in from Bobber, it is going to be more defense, no rupture, so not a lot of penetration coming in from the magic damage.
Less damage, but more survivability for Bobber at least. Who will rock with Purify. Let's see, though, how much of an influence will he be able to put in this game on this Jushin, which technically was first picked from the side of Virtus.pro, by the way. First turtle is up, and Virtus.pro is on it first.
Yeah, Identity is not level 4 just yet. Turtle has been started out by Virtus.pro. Looks like Boosket there can contest.
Yeah. Wactor's knocked up here. Oh, the Mana Chakra actually doesn't land flush on Wactor, doesn't get the stun part of it. But with the Black Dragon form, it should be free. Thunder Ruin, great traceless to get away from Thunder Ruin. That's a Raging Sandstorm, good dodge by Wactor. Unable to get killed, but the Crimson Beacon will lock him down. First blood over. RWM locks Pluto, but he's still able to escape as the Purify gets used up by Bober and he walks out of the RWM. Whoa! Kazue, with no Quad Shadow, actually tries to go back on Zauer.
Again, I don't know how Kazue, it almost looks like he's able to tunnel vision in a way. He doesn't see any other abilities. He just sees his shadow and his opponents. He keeps hitting it on right Tigers. I have no idea how he does it.
Yeah, playing with fire indeed. But with that turtle, it actually translates a little bit towards a gold lead for Virtus.pro. Almost 1,000, not too shabby. And Boostgates, they need compensation for that, right? They gotta be more active, they gotta look for trades. No real significance, but 3 Fury Hammers from the side of Virtus.pro. That will, perhaps, Boostgate needs to be aware of that.
Virtus.pro 1,000 ahead, and considering that you do have a double marksman, they're pretty comfortable on that. But I feel like in a vacuum for this one, it's really about minute 8 and minute 10. Because at that point, Kazue might go for that Sky Piercer again, and that's going to be the biggest timing. So for Boostgate and Virtus.pro, they're just playing for that 8 to 10 minute mark.
You gotta play patient, you know, play the tempo game, wait for the farm and hit, wait for the item to hit, and then look for effective fights. But nevertheless, Virtus.pro, comfortable lead here, 4 minutes in. They're trying to keep it that way. Zoro level 8, Kazue level 6, so there's already a 2-level gap here between the 2 junglers.
Yeah, they're trying to corral over onto the green camp. Really acting as if the green camp's a neutral objective just because they want Zauer to be steadily ahead.
Yeah. And again, this is amazing because Kazue did have an MVP performance, so trying to slow him down. So not at 9 minutes will he be able to do anything. Probably has been extended to 11 or 12.
Wow. So far, this is just a clean MLBB.
Oh my god, with AOG thrown a ruin, Raging Sandstorm kind of back. That's Pluto who secures the neutral objective, and now Wactor and XE opposition. That's Zauer who picks up the double.
I feel like there's a small mistake that Boostgate has to kind of adjust back. That was a good engage, and they did what they had to do. But the context is, Kazue is not at the same farm as our Ego is, right? Any other situation when Kazue is even, it's fine. But Kazue was so far behind, and he was zoned out, that was not the right time for the context of how your jungler is doing.
That was a very flashy play. Unfortunately, the coordination wasn't on point there. Pluto spotting 3 members, perhaps 4 members of BGT. That's expensive info. Virtus.pro will move on towards the mid lane here. Perhaps looks for a high pressure. There you go, the Mount Shocker. And this looks like a game 1. This feels like a game 1 Virtus.pro.
Yeah, it's just dominance. It's playing with the fundamentals. Nothing too crazy. Game 2, they tried crazy. Didn't work out for them. Throwing a ruin over on Bober with AOG as well, but it's on Bober who has a Purify and a Crimson Beacon. Re-engage! Raging Sandstorm! They're fighting under Reveal Revelation though, and that's going to be Identity still despite the RWM falling. Back Conner turret goes in, Sour Spree hitting, and he's on a killing spree now. It's XC next to the chopping block. Yet another double for Sour Egos.
Uh-oh, that is not a good sign for Boostgate. They were behind 2,000 gold. Now it doubled in a couple of minutes. And Virtus.pro, when they are in this position, it's just so hard to neutralize and come back from the game. Let's see though. Virtus.pro, Gorka is still deathless. They got to deal with that.
But like you guys said, this is like game number 1. Virtus.pro are controlling the game. And Boostgate, at least Kazue has not died, but you can definitely sense that he's severely underfarmed. Sour Ego is now with the endless battle as well. I'm just worried. Virtus.pro just have too much damage at this point.
Too much, and Gorka has the golden staff, so yeah, 2 items there. 1 more crucial item to, again, just run away with this game. And Boostgate, all they need is a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Misses that AOG.
No Thunder Ruin, no AOG. That's right. Gorka's zoning actually, and that's another for Bober the Beaver, who's on a killing spree. 3-0-5.
That's an analyst point, but that was so obvious what a mistake was. Yeah. I don't think XC should even try. Should have just leave the way.
Oh man. Whoa, Mount on RX. Oh my goodness, they bait out the RWM and they just walk out of it. Even a Holy Shield to top it off.
7,000 goldie, LaFell, Miracle. This, again, feels like a game 1 game again. Now, let's see here. The difference is 1,000 to 100 gold. If you compare the gold laners, but
everywhere is 1,000 different.
Cool, even the roamers. Oh man. But if you take a look at Dar though, level 12 against level 10, maintaining the 2-level gap, that's big, right?
And 2,000 gold lead as well.
Thunder Ruin again. Oh, Traceless from Sour Ego is again. It's an attempt that just doesn't go their way. They get Pluto, but now the Dragon's coming in, and RX will not be able to survive this. One flash is all it takes, and they go on to Identity with a Petrify Super A. Gorka baits out the Quad Shadow as he goes onto his BMI, placed on the purple buff.
Beautiful coordination yet again displayed by Virtus.pro, which leads to more ground to cover.
Gani, get this inside of the head of the players now. How would you feel when you're playing a Kupra and you completely whiff your sets for like 3 times in a row?
Turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
That's the sound of a Kufra missing 3 Tyrant Revenges, boys.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear moaning.
No, that would be my organic reaction.
Then I'd be like, then I hope you hit all of your sets.
I hope you never
I don't want to
miss
hear that.
a Tyrant's Revenge.
I
Yeah.
don't want to hear that.
I wonder if XC does the same thing, and now the team's like, please, just
Not so that we can win, just so that you can shut up.
But yeah, this is a 9,000 gold lead, 12-2.
Chad, how would you respond?
To that or to
No,
losing?
like if you don't hit your ability,
Okay.
like,
Similar to as mine, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that.
What do you do?
We'll talk about it later. Okay, because it looks like Virtus.pro with 10,000 gold lead here with the Lord marching on top. This is going to be serious damage.
Yeah. At least 2 base turrets, I believe, with 2 marksmen. It's hard to see 2 base turrets residing this. And a Black Dragon as well. BDF already used up. Sorry, goes going to go for the chunk on Kazue's HP. Again, the Traceless is beautiful away from it. Pluto in the midst of it all now has to flicker out. Oh, Mortality, they're all still under the RWM as Waxer goes over the AOG, but now gets caught and lifted up for the Sky Piercer. Sour up top, taking his turret down. That is RX! Fade away. Sour is godlike.
That's
Now,
the first. That's a level 15 Yisun Chin right there. 704, and Virtus.pro will apply more pressure.
Yeah. As expected, 2 base turrets, and Virtus.pro walks away very happy.
Yeah, that seems pretty GG, man. 11,000 gold here. Something about these teams, man. They win and lose quite fast, which does mean that both teams are very decisive. You can't give them any kind of room. They'll take it, and they will expand that just astronomically. How do I react when I don't get a set?
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually do.
You gotta remember how do you respond organically.
Actually, now to think about it, something like Gani, but
Less.
Or more.
Or more.
more safe for work. Okay. I'm like, come on, man.
So it's a grunt. It's a grunt. It's a
Yeah,
grunt.
like,
Okay.
yeah, more, man.
So is this comebackable? Is this
Or
geekable?
I'll chat and be like, what are you guys doing? Comebackable, is it? We gotta look at items. Seeing that Kazui is Hunter Strike with the War Axe, not super convincing.
Yeah, I think
Actually, you know, even the Alice only having an Oracle, that's it.
if they're able to delay to a 22-minute game,
Yeah, just 10 more minutes.
more minutes, you know. But if not, then I don't see an angle, right? It's gonna be a Fury Lord or Wactor. I don't think they can contest this Lord. Actually, take a look at the damage he's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only has an Oracle, that's it. There's nothing else.
Oh man, look at Pluto cutting off the escape routes, raiding Sandstorm! And a flicker to read it out, the AOG use cancelled out! He's slayed before he can even use it, the two frontliners! Oh my lord, Patchot with a Petri, almost a knock on the quad shadow coming down with the shadow kill as well, but they're all grouped up together, so there's no damage. And Super Gorka with a blazing duet gets Kazue down. BP have found their form back again. Game 2 was just them giving a chance, it seems. Match point for Virtus.pro.
And again, like, they're very dominating. That's why, in my head, I think it's a 3-1. Game 2 is just a lapse of judgment. We all have that. We have one.
Yeah.
But then once that's over, you know, you get a can of Red Bull, re-energize, and then just come back strong.
And it feels like Virtus.pro were the ones who drank more Red Bull during the break. They are at match points, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be?
Z-A-U-R Egoist. Sour Egoist here on the Yi Sun Shin. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, but it doesn't matter, right? Because this is all you need when you are on a Yi Sun Shin. It's all about consistency, stability.
920 GPM performance again from Zar. And yeah, 806 being the front line. I agree. He was the spearhead in this composition. VP again just displayed clean game of MLBB, similar to game 1. And even FC got, you know, the Alice trying to perhaps
Replicate what Backhot did.
replicate, you know, copy what Backhot did.